Okay, it is started. Now let's get into the session. So this is primarily to talk about the Data Engineering Bootcamp course, which we have as part of our LMS. The link is available as part of the description. If you go to the description here in the YouTube YouTube video, you should be able to see the details. For some reason, it did not come. I don't know where it is missing. Okay, something is not working as expected. That's fine. Let me figure it out. Yeah. Now you should be able to see the YouTube as part of the shared screen. So let's get started. As part of this stream, we'll get you an overview about Data Engineering Bootcamp. We'll talk about material, the resources, support. As part of the support, I will be talking about what is supported and what is not supported. And also I will talk about key takeaways. That being said, if you want to enroll for this course, you can actually click on this link. It will actually take you to this page. If you want to get more details about this, I have covered all the details that will be covered as part of this course here. You can go through it and you should be able to enroll for the course. All you need to do is you have to say add to cart and then you have to follow instructions. If you could not figure it out, we are there to support you. You can send an email to support@itversity.com and we'll be able to support you. That being said, once you enroll, you can actually go to courses and my courses. Whatever courses you have enrolled, you should be able to see as part of this list. If you are enrolled for Data Engineering Bootcamp, you will be seeing that here. And you can see that on the right side, it have the table of contents or the main chapters. We can actually term it as main chapters rather than table of contents. And these are the things which are covered: the Linux fundamentals, database essentials, basics of programming using Scala, basics of programming using Python, big data ecosystem overview, databases in big data, which is nothing but Hive, then building Spark-based applications using Scala, building Spark-based applications using Python, streaming applications using Scala. I'm also working on creating content for Python. This material, I'm not working actively, building Spark-based applications using Java, because Java is not getting any traction with respect to Spark, and hence I'm giving it a lower priority. I might add in future, but there are other priority stuff which I'm focusing on. Once that is done, I will come back to this and probably I create content on Spark using Java as well. Also, there is basic stuff with respect to visualization. We might create more content very soon. And also big data on cloud, which is nothing but Amazon EMR. So these are the topics which are covered. The material, there are some gaps, but at least 70% material is good. And we will try to improvise. We are trying to get a better user experience for the people. We are making it more Spark oriented with exercises. And also we are trying to include all the major certifications curriculum as part of updating this. In case if you don't see on the right side, sometimes what happens is, if it is too much zoomed, you might not see the chapters on the right side. You might have to scroll down to get these chapters. So you make sure that you do that if you enroll for the course. That being said, now let us get into the details about what you'll be getting as part of this course. So the material. On top of that, you will also get lab access up to 1 year. So we have a multi-node cluster which is accessible using labs.itversity.com. We'll give access to this website, which will facilitate you to create the account. Will help you by providing necessary instructions to get you the lab access. What you will be getting as of today is nothing but access to the cluster, which have 10 nodes in them. Let me open the Ambari in this case. As of now, there is some issue due to which we have to open in private window or incognito mode if you are using Chrome. Then you can actually go to gw02.itversity.com and then port number 8080. These links are provided as part of the quick links once you log in into the labs.itversity.com portal, and then you can use the username and password and you will get into this. As of now, we are providing the cluster which is set up using HDP, but we are planning to transition to Cloudera based cluster. But Cloudera is playing around whether they want to make it open source or not. If Cloudera did not provide open source version of CDH, then we will actually set up the cluster using the plain vanilla Hadoop, and we will try to monitor using Ganglia, Nagios, etc. The distributions are not that relevant anymore. We have to primarily focus on Spark, Kafka, etc., and we will provide those tools for you, which you should be able to learn. When it comes to services, these are the services which are available. You can also see the services here. We have Spark, Spark 2. As of now, Spark 2 is Spark 2.3.2. By July or August, we will get into Spark 2.4. However, as part of the support, which I will be talking about, I will help you in setting up the environment locally and start practicing with respect to some of these Spark related APIs which are specific to 2.4, which might not be applicable with 2.3. So we'll work on that material so that you are comfortable with the latest version of Spark. We will go that extra mile and try to be as much current as possible while working on updating this cluster. That being said, if you look at the cluster access, you will get cluster access to 11 node cluster. You can see that there are 5 worker nodes, 3 masters, 2 of them contain name node, 1 of them contain resource manager, and then we have gateways against which we actually load balance our users so that everyone will get access to the cluster. So this is the cluster which will be getting access to. You can see that you have 9 into 8, 72 plus 32, almost 104 cores. And when it comes to RAM, it is 832 GBs, which means 160, 244, I guess. 8 means 160 plus 96, 256 GB, and then 192 GB. So almost like 450 or 460 GB. I do not, I cannot calculate the complete capacity, but we have that much memory on this cluster. So most of the projects will start with this cluster configuration, and you will be getting access to that. It's a state-of-the-art cluster. We have supported hundreds of users as part of this lab. Even I conduct live trainings where 20-25 people connect live into the cluster and still able to accomplish some of the tasks. Also, if you want to get into a bit heavyweight data processing, you can use it without much of challenges. It might not respond sometimes, but you will be able to get your time slot and you should be able to take care of it. So this is one of the things which you will be getting access to, and you'll be getting 1 year lab access. So when it comes to resources, you will be getting 1 year lab access. Now we are trying to improvise. There are some questions. There's one question as of now. I will take these questions in a moment. Kanna have asked, do you provide real-time projects with this bootcamp? I will get into those details. You will understand what I'll be covering. If it is interesting and if you can consider it as a real-time project, you can take it further. I don't have any issues with that. We will be providing data sets, we'll be providing material and all those things. Okay, I will get into those details. Most likely, if you still have questions after going through the content, I will take it up. So when it comes to resources, you will be getting lab access. And also, as of now, material is provided in this form. So if you want to learn Spark, especially using Python, you go here, and then let's say you want to learn about data frames, which is the most important module as of today with respect to Spark. You see the material is like this. So you have lab, you have material, you have to go here, go to the videos, learn, and then you have to copy paste this code into the terminal, and then you have to take it further. It is not the best of the experience. There is something called as Jupyter, where we can actually run Scala code, Python code, etc. against it. So what we are going to do with this material is, first we will actually convert all this text material into Jupyter notebooks, and we'll be providing to you. We have made significant amount of progress, and we'll start publishing that content, especially for those who sign up for this data engineering bootcamp, so that you can start learning using this material. You can download and you can use it by yourself also. So let me actually take you how the user experience will look like, and also what is the progress we have made. and what is in our pipeline to get into the notebooks in near to medium term future. So here I'm logging into one of the gateway nodes by saying gw01.itversity.com, and this is how it will look like. 1 minute. Let me move this to the other window so that if there are any questions, I can have a look at it and I might be able to answer those questions. Now, if you look at this, there will be one folder by name Data Engineering Bootcamp. As part of that, you will be having material with respect to Linux fundamentals. In the same order, the Data Engineering Bootcamp is, we will be publishing the material that way. Okay. All the material will be converted into notebooks. We can even run Linux commands in notebooks, and I will demonstrate how to do that also. And then you will see a folder. Once you log in, once the material is ready, you will start seeing a folder by name Data Engineering Bootcamp, and you will start seeing the material. As of now, also, you should be able to use the Jupyter notebook, but you have to copy paste the code and run it. For now, you have to take care of it. But in future, we will be able to deploy the material directly to you over there. Even I'm planning to add videos into those notebooks and provide the videos as part of the notebooks itself. That way you don't need to come here and go into the lab. You can directly get into the lab using the interface that will be provided to you, and you should be able to go to the material. You should be able to practice and learn all these key skills to be a successful data engineer. And it is much beyond data engineering. You will be understanding Linux in depth, Python in depth, Scala in depth, etc. So you will be a better programmer also if you actually focus and learn all these things with patience. If you jump around and if you just want to crack the job and all, it might not work. You have to put enough effort to actually compete in the current market and get the job you deserve. So you have to go to this material. It is almost like 140, 150 hour material. To complete all this material, you might take 400 to 500 hours. And that's why I'm giving it for 1 year. Okay. So that being said, now let me demonstrate few things, how you can practice and what is the material that is ready as of today. So you can see there is Apache Spark using Python. And if you go into the notebooks, there are these 8 notebooks or 9 notebooks, which starts with a quick overview of Python, then getting started, then quick recap of, sorry, first one is quick overview of PySpark. This is not that important. I'll be deleting this. It will start with getting started, quick recap of Python, data processing overview, processing column data, basic transformations, joining datasets, windowing functions, Spark Metastore, how to interact with Spark Metastore. And then there are exercises as well as solutions. Okay, so this is one module. Like that, you'll also get material with respect to Scala, etc. The exercises will be almost the same. You will be solving the same problems using different programming languages. As part of this, I'll be providing multiple datasets. What are those datasets? Most of them are public datasets. So here you can actually log into the terminal using the Jupyter Notebook interface itself. And then you can actually get the datasets under this. So if you actually look at these datasets, we have NYSE dataset. We have airlines dataset. Somewhere there is airlines dataset. This is almost like 20 years of airlines data, which is quite big. And using this, if you are interested, you can come up with your own use cases and you can actually build the projects by yourself. As part of the material also, I have covered quite a bit of tasks which will make you understand the core aspects of data engineering, and you should be able to become a successful data engineer. So to answer Karna's question, so you can go to these datasets and then you can take it further. If you think something else with respect to real-time projects, if you really understand the industry, it is highly confidential, and we cannot just create the projects just like that by charging $150. If you have to really come up with real-time projects, it will take quite a bit of effort. Capstone projects are very small and minute components. and you should not consider it as a full-blown project. So when you actually use the term called as real-time project, you have to be extremely careful, and there is no one in the world who can actually provide the real-time projects for you. However, there are datasets which are quite big in size, and you can actually learn going through the material. So there is a question in my Zoom session for those who already subscribed for the course, and let me take that question. They're asking, do you plan to go over real-time project which data engineering deals with real-time world, so we understand the data ingestion until the reporting aspect? I'll cover all the moving parts as part of this course using these airlines dataset, retail dataset, etc. If you want, I can actually conduct a live session to explain you the concepts about how the end-to-end pipelines look like in a real-time world. But I will not be getting in you a dataset, and I will not be making you to work on the project like a POC or anything like that. So it is not practical for me to do so. Okay, but covering all the concepts, we will be seeing some functionality which I have implemented in the real world. I will be emphasizing on the performance aspects of it, why I made certain decisions, so on and so forth. Let me highlight you one thing here, then it might make some sense to you. So if you look at this, as part of the basic transformations using data frames with Scala as programming language, if you go to the one of the module, in this we are talking about basic transformations such as filtering, aggregations, and sorting. Once I walk you through filtering, aggregation, sorting, etc., if you look at the couple of problem statements towards the end, after covering all the concepts, this is similar to a lot of real world use cases. Here we are trying to get 3 measures using date as dimension. So the question says, the problem statement says, get number of flights which are delayed in departure and number of flights delayed in arrival for each day, along with the number of flights departed for each day. Okay, if you think about it, I have to get date and then total number of flights that flew for that day, total number of flights which are delayed at the time of departure, total number of flights which are delayed at the time of arrival. These four fields have to come together, and for that I have to come up with solution like this. Okay, so if you have experience in the past, you should be able to relate this to many real world use cases, and you should be able to pick up. And this is not a trivial problem where you see anywhere anywhere in other courses. There might be some courses, but that is not that common. Okay, and you will see these kind of examples quite a lot, even if you go to the exercises which I'm trying to create, especially with respect to Apache Spark using Python. These are still in progress, and if you go here with respect to the exercises, I think it is under data processing. There is one problem statement which says I have to convert all the column values into uppercase. I think in this. Okay, convert business data to uppercase. All the fields which have strings in it, we have to convert to uppercase, and there is a standard way to do so, and those things are covered. However, I am revisiting how to share the ELP dataset, because as per the terms and conditions of ELP dataset, I should not be sharing the data directly. You have to go to their website and you have to consent, and then you have to download, and then you have to take it further. Once we publish this material, once you sign up for the course, we will walk you through how to download ELP datasets. You don't need to download, but once you show the proof that you have gone into their website and acknowledge that you are downloading the data, we'll be providing you the data from our server itself. We'll plan something like that, and there are few rules which you need to follow if you want to go to the ELP dataset and solve these problems, or define new problem statements and want to work on those problems, and you have to stick to those guidelines, and you have to make sure that you don't deviate too much from what they're enforcing. Okay, so this is how the material will be. I am just showing you a sample, and we'll be providing the material with Python, Scala, etc. As I have mentioned to you, once it is ready, or once we make some progress and once we start consolidating under Data Engineering Bootcamp, you will see only one folder in your home folder once you sign up for the course within a day or two. In that, there will be modules in the same order as you see in the Data Engineering Bootcamp, and you can go to the material and you can take it further. Now, when it comes to the kernels, you see we have Python 3 kernel. So if you just want to practice Python, you can use this kernel. If you want to use Python with Spark, you can use this kernel. If you want to use Spark with Scala, you can use this kernel. Even regular Scala, you can use this kernel. If you want to write Spark SQL queries, you can use this kernel. This is a bit unstable, but still you can use it. Even if you can't use it, there is a way to actually execute SQL queries using Tori Scala. You should be able to pick up from there. Now, if I create a new notebook here, okay, as part of the new notebook, if I want to run any shell commands, I can say %/sh, and I should be able to say ls-ltr and run it, and you should be able to see the output for that. So you can also run shell commands directly from here. Shell scripts you might not be able to run here, but you can go to the terminal here and you should be able to take care of the shell scripts if you want to practice the Linux module of the course. So this is the interface which you can use even with the existing material. However, you have to create the notebooks by yourself and you have to copy paste the material and run it. You don't need to wait until we publish the material to use this interface. So Nadia is asking, what is the difference between PySpark 2 versus Python 3? If you use PySpark 2, it will actually get you Python plus Spark. You don't need to say import PySpark, or you don't need to say from you don't need to say import PySpark to sorry, you need to say import PySpark. If you use PySpark 2, the library is already there, but if you just say Python 3, then PySpark 2 library or PySpark library will not be there. Okay, so if you want to develop the code using Spark libraries, then you have to use PySpark 2 kernel. With regular Python, you can use Python 3 kernel. By default, it comes with Python 3, and I just created additional kernel by name PySpark 2, so that we have both. But you can write the same code which you want to write in Python 3 as part of PySpark 2 also. It will work without any issues. Okay. And then, as I have mentioned to you earlier, as of now, Spark 2 version is Spark 2.3, but latest one is Spark 2.4. To mitigate those things also, once you sign up for the course, we will actually help you setting up the environment on your PC if you have enough resources, and you should be able to take it further. So we will plan. So don't worry too much that you are using outdated version of Spark in this. Once we upgrade in June, July, definitely we will be having Spark 2.4 here. So at the time, you can directly use the Spark 2.4 APIs here. The difference between APIs the differences between 2.4 and 2. With respect to APIs are very minimal. They are not significantly changed. Gururaj, I don't know about data lake. Means data lake is not a technology. If you are talking about Delta Lake, I can answer, but data lake is just a concept. There's nothing like data lake which is concrete and which you can practice. Okay, so it is a very basic question. You can consider this itself as a data lake. Okay, if you to answer your question whether the data lake is covered, you just go through Google and see the definition, and you will understand what a data lake is. All the tools that are related to build the applications using the existing big data cluster or data lake or data hub, these are the different terms which we use. Those tools are there, and those are the ones which are actually covered. If you are talking about Delta Lake, as of now, Delta Lake is not covered. Probably in future, I might add Delta Lake also. So there is a question from some gaming. He's asking whether the bootcamp is free. No, it is not free. It is $150, and you have to sign up for that. You will get 1 year lab access, you will get material, and you should be able to practice. Now I will actually talk about the support which you will be getting once you enroll for this course. So we have a Slack workspace by name ITversity. It is actually ITversity Data Engineers. What? I have to move this Slack. So this is how it will look like, ITversity Data Engineers. There is a private channel called as Data Engineer Support. You will be invited to this exclusive group. As of now, there are 123 people in this. You can be part of this, and you can ask questions directly here. There is a team of people who support you, and we will be able to support. However, there are certain restrictions with respect to the support. I will first talk what is supported, and then I will actually talk about what is not supported. What is supported? You will be getting the material. If there are any issues with the material, such as bugs in the code, etc., we will make sure that those are fixed. And also to make sure you are learning the latest versions. Whatever gaps are there, you can ask those questions, and we will try to provide you the material, or sometimes I might even conduct live sessions and provide you enough support to make sure that you can practice on your own environment or even on the labs. That is another thing which will be supporting. What is not supported? If you are expecting that there will be support for interviews, I will not support with respect to the interview questions at all. If you bring something outside of the curriculum, I will use my wisdom, and if I feel that I should support, I will support. Otherwise, I might not support. Okay, so don't try to get interview questions into the forum. I will not be answering those questions. You have to just prepare. If you are confident in going to that material and learn, you should be able to crack the interviews easily. And also another thing which I need to emphasize is on-job support. If you struggle somewhere as part of your project, and if you expect that I have to support, I will not support. First of all, I will not even let you share the screen which have the confidential information with respect to your client, and then provide the support. I don't do that. In case if you think that I should be supporting your project, you have to convince your management, or you have to take it to the management notice. If you have bandwidth at the time, definitely we will provide it as a service to the organization. But individual on-job support is not supported. When I say organization, again, if yours is a staff augmentation company, and if you want me to support your resources, I don't do that. We have to have a managed services or system integrator contract between your company and our company. I can do pro bono contracting also, which means I can provide some free consulting for your company, and I will be able to provide some support before we get into the formal contract. So anything individual on-job support is not entertained. No interview questions. You can ask the technical questions as long as they are generic in nature. If I have bandwidth and if I think I should support, I will support. But with respect to labs, the code, if there are bugs in my code, if you stuck somewhere because of some random issue, we will make sure that we troubleshoot and we break the ties, and we will make sure that you proceed further. Other than that, no on-job support, no interview support as part of this forum. Okay, so what are the key takeaways? You will be learning all the key skills that are related to data engineering. You will be learning multiple programming languages, multiple ways to solve the problems. I also want to emphasize one more thing which I have forgot earlier. If you look at the existing material with respect to Python, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 modules. Okay, but starting from April 25th, I am creating or I am running a live Python workshop for those who donate money for COVID across the globe. And as part of that, I'm actually covering a lot more material. I'm in the process of creating notebooks for Python also, where you can actually get in there and start practicing Python directly. Once the COVID awareness program is done, those videos will be included as part of the material, and I'll be sharing the material along with the videos if you enroll for the course. So you will be getting a lot more material than this. Let me show you which I have as part of my Google Docs, so that you get an idea about what is coming with respect to the Python. So I'm actually considering Python to be the programming language for this course, even though we are covering Scala as well. And I want to emphasize what all will be covered as part of the Python. So I'm actually opening the Google Docs, which I have already worked, so that you know what is coming with respect to Python. Let me. Okay. Oh, not this one. Sorry, I'm using the wrong one. So this is the one which I'll be covering. So you can actually see the outline here. We have setup development environment, basic programming constructs, all about functions, collections and tuples, processing collections using loops. This will actually make you comfortable with Python as a programming language. I have emphasized a lot on collections such as list, set, map, etc., so that you understand the concepts. Development of MapReduce APIs, development lifecycle, object-oriented concepts, standard libraries and modules, processing collections using MapReduce APIs. So once you develop the code to process the collections, then we'll talk about the MapReduce APIs. Data processing using pandas. I have covered quite a bit of material with respect to pandas. And then database programming, where I'll be talking about performing CRUD operations against Postgres, not MySQL. We are switching to Postgres as a database. I will be talking about RDBMS concepts, how to take care of exception handling, overview of CRUD operations, etc. And also, I'll be talking about what are the best practices while writing the database programming, or while writing the programs to process the data and store into the database. Okay, and you will be seeing demos why one perform better than others. It is very, very important if you want to be a data engineer, and hence I have included that also. And then I'm also talking about overview of developing web applications, sending emails, etc. So all these things will be covered as we get into the Python-based material. Once I complete the course, I will make sure that this material is shared as part of the Data Engineering Bootcamp course also. Once this course is once you complete this course, you will be very proficient with Python. You will be very comfortable. All the support will be provided by us, and then you can get into Spark and other things. And eventually, I will be creating a lot of content. It might be additional courses which you can sign up either in Udemy or on our platform, so that you learn Python over a period of time. Okay. So this is the material which will be covered. So you will be getting all the material. Once I build the Jupyter notebooks, most likely I'll be placing the videos in YouTube, and I will try to get the YouTube links itself as part of the material. You should be able to download the material which will contain the YouTube videos also, and it is yours. You should be able to keep it with you, and you can learn or revise on your system itself after 1 year. By default, you will be getting 1 year lab access with this, but after 1 year also, you can actually download and run it by yourself. Okay. So that's about the key takeaways. You will get the material, videos, everything, but videos will be from the YouTube, but as everyone is having internet, you should be able to take care of it. That being said, once again, I'm iterating. If you want to sign up for the course, this is the link. You can click on this and you can sign up. If you think it is a bit too much, there are low-cost courses also. You can go to kaizen.itversity.com shop and you can visit all the pages and you can take it further. If you think this have enough good information and if you think this adds value, please click on the like button. You have the like button under the video. You can also share with your friends by clicking on share, and you can refer the friends. Once you complete the course, if you get the job and all, if you can spend some time and come here and comment here or acknowledge on LinkedIn, it will give me some traction. That will help me in keeping the prices at low, so if I get enough volume. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. I will take those questions related to the whatever is here, and then we will take it further. So Drumil is asking Hadoop from basics. Let me go through the material to make you understand what will be covered. So if you look at this, there is big data ecosystem overview. So I'll be talking about overview about Ambari and HDFS architecture and commands, details about HDFS commands, overview about Yarn. All those things will be covered, and then you will be getting into Hive, so on and so forth. There are few things which are not relevant as we get into. For example, if you get into the data ingestion module, let me see where the data ingestion module is. So this is the data ingestion module. Scoop is fading out, and hence I will be removing the material from Scoop very soon. For next 1 year, it might be there, but we'll be discontinuing the Scoop as Scoop is replaced by Spark-based solutions. It is dying fast. To answer your question, yes, we'll be covering Hadoop from basics. Any other question before we wrap up? Those who are on Zoom, let me take the questions in Zoom. There's only one person in Zoom. The question is, so those Python sessions will be live or recorded. I'm interested in this. Please share the link where to donate, and I would like to join these Python sessions. Sure, Nadia, I will share the link. So if you are in India, you have to donate 3,500 rupees. If you are in US or UK or some other developed nation, you have to donate $150. You can donate to any government organization. It can be PM CARES or it can be CM in one of the states in India. Or if you are in different country, you can donate to your host nation, and you are welcome to join that. I will share the details in the Slack, and then we can take it further. In your case, even if you don't donate also, I will send you the invitation. You are feel free to join. So there is no restriction that you have to donate. You already paid $150 for this course, and hence I will let you join the course. But I will not be donating that money for sure. If you want to donate, you can donate. Okay. Sure, Nadia. So any other question? Those who are from YouTube. Also, if you want to join the Slack and ask any follow-up questions with respect to this data engineering bootcamp, I will share that Slack details also as part of the chat. Welcome to that Slack group. And then you can start asking the questions. I have sales team, me, everyone in that, and we'll be able to clarify all your doubts before you sign up for the course. So any plans for weekly, bi-weekly live sessions for enrolled people? I have done for some time, but lately I'm not able to take those things. And yeah, you can actually ask for it, and I will try to get the material, and I will try to cover some of the topics, if not all. I will plan one or the other, if not weekly or bi-weekly, at least once every month. I have done for quite some time, but lately I haven't covered any such sessions. But I started recording a lot of live sessions these days, or live streaming sessions these days, which is public. It need not be for the dedicated audience for who enrolled for that course. So you can actually be part of it and take it further. So Karthik is saying my parents paid in check of 1 lakh which I gave him. Is that okay? Yes, Karthik, that is fine. I will share the link. Send email. Let me send that details for those who want to donate. You can actually upload the proof. You just have to take the screenshot and upload. If you have any confidential information, it is okay if you scratch it off. Let me share that link, those who want to donate and join that session. But for that $150, you will be only getting access to the live course with respect to the Python. You will not be getting access to the Data Engineering Bootcamp. So keep that in mind. So Data Engineering Bootcamp is a paid one, and it's a self-paced for $150. This Python-based workshop is primarily pure Python, the core Python. There is no big data in that. You will be getting lab access, but on a single server where you will be having all the Python notebooks if you just enroll for the Python. If you have lab access also, you can copy those Python notebooks and start practicing on the labs. Or you can also use as part of your own environment. Any other question before we wrap up for the day? That being said, thank you very much, and let's stay in touch. I'll be definitely creating a lot more new type of content. Lately, I have started basics of computers for kids, which will be free on YouTube. I started with my daughter and her friends, and I'll be streaming to YouTube, where I'll be covering a lot of basics related to computers. And for some of the students, I will even actually start training Python so that they can pick up programming skills, and also I'll be covering HTML, Bootstrap, etc. It will be a 1 year plus program. Slowly, I will be introduce these concepts to those kids who are in the range of 8 to 12 years, and it's free. And all those videos will be streamed to YouTube. If you want to get notifications whenever the videos are uploaded, you just subscribe to the channel and you will be notified. Also, I'll be creating content about how to be a YouTuber, how to be a Udemy instructor, how to take care of digital marketing, how to edit the videos in YouTube directly. All those things which can serve as a kind of a vocational course for less qualified people. So all those things I'm planning as we proceed further. But for now, I want to just focus on the Data Engineering Bootcamp, and I have emphasized on that. But some people want to get into the Python related stuff. That's why I have shared that link. Feel free to donate money and be part of that Python. You can subscribe to the channel and get the details or notifications whenever I create any content. If you're interested, you can watch that content and learn new stuff. Thank you. Bye.